Hi, I'm Out, or Dreamy Pastel as you know me. I was part of the bandwagon back in March that got Animal Crossing New Horizons. My family and I basically shared an island that we named Citrus, where I was the island representative. And a while back I saw people drawing their villagers as humans, and I thought, I'll do that with mine too. So first up is Renee, the sisterly starter from our island. She is also one of the new villagers to this game. She's a very interesting character. I know a lot of people don't like her that much, but she was pretty decent. I thought she was very nice, very funny most of the time. I don't necessarily like the sisterly that much. I mean, they're pretty cool. I just don't have that much appreciation for them as I do some other personality types. But what I thought of going into Renee's design was her mane and such. I thought it would be really nice to give her like long hair, like the ponytail, just to represent the horse mane and everything. And I really love her eyelashes though, so I thought I'd incorporate that too. The thing is, we never really gave her new outfits on our island, so I just put her in her iconic dress, and I gave her like some little boots to kind of give her like that, the sisterly style, because they get along with the sporty jocks, ones too. So I thought I'd add like a little sprinkle in there just to show that she gets along with the jocks just pretty fine. And there you have Renee. Alright, now on to Rudy. Rudy was our jock starter. He pretty much was a jock. I mean, I didn't really see him as the overbearing jock who talks about sports all the time or anything. He was just kind of like the casual, athletic, exercise kind of jock. Overall, he was a pretty okay villager. I didn't like him too much, but he was very nice overall. One time I gave him a security outfit. He wore that so much. And then he gave it to my mom, and I was like, really, man? Anyways, so going into his design, I really wanted him to have a kind of spiky hair. It's kind of for the cat ears, but I didn't really put an emphasis on that in the end for his design. But I really just wanted the spiky hair overall. And I gave him the groovy shirt my mom gave him because he wore that just about all the time. And then I gave him like just some shorts. Shorts, nothing like athletic or anything. And then like some pretty cool blue sneakers that I thought would be pretty nice to incorporate into his little outfit he's got. And also his little nose and everything. I put a little red on his nose to kind of give back to that his little red nose in the game. And there's Rudy. Jeremiah. I mean, what more can you say? He was our first lazy villager of the three next personality types required. Jeremiah was instantly a fan favorite. He's just like very cute, very sweet, talks about bugs all the time. Look at that little mouth of his. He's got a little curvy mouth. It's so cute. Those little closed eyes, those are adorable. So I decided to give him vitiligo for his little spots on his eyes and such, on his face. And I thought it'd be really cool just to give him some blue hair for, because he's blue. He also wore this blue flannel all the time that we gave him. And I decided to give him like some little blue shoes just to match with his whole outfit overall. Overall, just a very cute character. I love him so much. And here's how it turned out. So next is Flora. She was our first peppy villager. She was also invited by my brother, so we agreed for her this day. I mean, she's pretty cool as far as the ostriches go, because she's a flamingo and all that. She was very, very nice overall. Peppy villagers aren't quite my style, but I appreciate their little conversations because they're usually just the funniest things ever. Anyways, I decided to give Flora like some bangs and a little bun, just for like the little tuft on the back of their head, like of her head from the ostrich model. I also decided to give her like this little transparent skirt for the tail, and I also gave her like some striped socks for the feet, and I also put her leg up to, you know, represent she is a flamingo. And so this is how she turned out. Sydney. So Sydney was our first normal villager, and she was by far my favorite from the entire island. I just have a thing for normal villagers. They're always just so sweet overall. Very kind. I love them so much. Sydney was just like my BFF, really, in this game. Anyways, so I gave her little bangs and also gave her 2 buns for the ears on her head. And then her original outfit in New Horizons was it was some overalls and a striped shirt, so that's why I gave her. I forgot it was a dress though, so I made it like a little bit like pant style, which isn't how the game portrays it, but that's fine overall. I really like how hers turned out. Like, I looked up some other people like afterward who drew her as human, and basically we all had the same idea. So I'm glad to also see that we all came up with the same thing. And here's Sydney. Okay, so Keaton. Keaton was our smug villager in the campsite, the first one you have to invite. Thing is, we didn't realize you were required to invite them because we already wanted Keaton. Well, I already wanted him in the first place. He was in my new leaf town some time ago. He left randomly, which made me sad, but I always liked him in there. He's just like very he's very weird, but also very he does fit the smug characteristic quite well. I really do like the smug villagers overall, even though some people might not. I don't know, they just seem to be some of my favorite villagers. Anyways, for Keaton, I decided to split his hair into yellow and blue for his feathers on his head. I also gave him a little bit of long hair and another little top at the back for the eagle. I also gave him a blue comedian suit, which he loved to wear all the time until he gave it to me. It was also quite funny because my sister and I basically had the same design for him, even though we didn't even know we were each doing this kind of challenge, or not challenge, but we were each doing this kind of drawing thing, and it was quite funny. Anyways, here's how he turned out. So Leonardo was our first regular invited villager, one that you weren't required to invite. My brother found him on the island, and we all weren't sure about it, but we decided to let him in anyways. You know, at first I really didn't like him. Not many of my family did, because we realized we did not like having 2 jog villagers at a time, because we were just bombarded with sports. But really, I've grown to like Leonardo. His look is kind of weird, but it's really just kind of nice. He's just this big little guy who is very sweet overall. Anyways, I decided to give him more of a shorter hair look, even though it probably would have looked better longer. Who knows, if I redid this, I would probably redo the hair in general, or his little style. But, overall, and I made him like a ginger too, just for like the yellow-orange palette he has on his fur. And yeah, and then the rest of it is just basically his normal sporty look. So here's how it turned out. Tiffany is a queen. She was also another villager that was in my new leaf town. She actually still is in my new leaf town at this point. She is just amazing. I mean, look at that. Her look is epic. I mean, I really loved her original outfit from New Horizons, so I just put her in that anyways. Like her wearing just a bow tie and like that little skirt is just amazing. I've seen people don't really like her as much for how she looks, but I think she is actually really great, especially for a snooty villager. Snooty villagers are like on the fence for me. It's like either I kind of like them or I don't. But Tiffany is one that I do like. Anyways, I gave her like this little bunny ear headband for, you know, since she's a bunny, and the rest is basically her design. So here's how she turned out. Alright, on to Twiggy. So Twiggy was a villager I had in one of my copies of New Leaf. I ended up with 2. No reason exactly, I just had 2 copies. Anyways, she was like a villager I actually liked in that game. When I came back to her design in here, I realized, you know, it's not that original, but it's still like pretty simple and she's still pretty cute. Her and Flora were absolutely like best friends, and they just talked all the time, and I love their conversations, just amazing. So I gave her this little short bob hairstyle and another bun that I give most of the birds in my game, and I also gave her her little skirt, which I kind of did like a little gradient from green to blue for her tail, and I gave her like these little stockings that are just kind of striped for her legs, and I gave her blue little blush that she has under her eyes. I thought that was super cute. And here's Twiggy. And finally, Aurora. Aurora was invited by me, but we had like a little council gathering for who we were going to invite, because at this point we had been searching for a villager forever, and we just decided on Aurora. Like Twiggy, she kind of doesn't have like that original design, but she's still pretty cute anyways. She ended up being my brother's favorite, and he even got an amiibo coin just to get her on his town right now. And so I gave her this little dress, and I didn't want it to be that bland, so I put little snowflakes at the bottom for her house, because it's just completely ice. I also gave her some glasses, because I see her wearing glasses even if you don't give her any, which is pretty funny, because my brother said he did not want her in glasses at all. So I gave her this cute little bob. I really love it so much. I gave her some striped socks too, because I really like the striped socks, and some black shoes for her little black feet. And here's Aurora. Here's all the villagers lined up in a row. So you might have noticed I've been saying past tense a lot in this recording, and that's because this island no longer exists. We all got our own Switch, as well as a new copy of Animal Crossing's New Horizons, so now I have my own island. So, rip Citrus, but there'll be a second edition of this coming, eventually, not anytime soon. I mean, I already have all my villagers, which is really nice. I just want to take my time with this one, because this one took forever. So, you'll be able to see Spooky's residence at some point. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.